How are you feeling about this challenge, turning English Test cricket around from where it is right now?
Yeah, look, it's obviously an exciting time for myself to be, appointed as captain. And you're right, it is a challenge, especially after how the last few years have been. But for me, it's not about focusing on what's gone in the past. It's all about focusing on what we've got going forward, and obviously that starts now and then starts on the 2nd of June.
How long did you need to think about it when Rob Key asked you if you wanted to take on this challenge?
Not long. It's obviously you need to give it some consideration, because it's not a role that you can just go yep, because you've got to think about everything else that comes with the job. But no, it didn't take me very long. It's not exactly a role that you can turn down.
And what needs to change in your mind then to make a team with a losing habit into a team with a winning habit? What's going to be your stamp that you put on the team?
Well, I think there is a lot that needs to change, not just from on the field, but those kind of things will be going on, and those discussions will be had. They're not really to speak about here, but in terms of on the field stuff, a great starting point for me, I think, is I want to have selfless cricketers who make decisions based on what they can do to win a game in that given time. Because at the end of the day, you're always judged on winning games, and it's always been the most important thing to me is decisions I make is based around what is the best thing to do to give us that chance. I want to have 10 other guys out there with me who are all in that same mindset. And
how easy do you envisage it being to change that mindset? And is that a culture change, do you think, within the dressing room?
No, I don't think it's a culture change at all, because we've got a very, very good culture going on in the dressing room, not just across our red ball stuff, but in the white ball team as well. But you've got to understand that, having gone through what, not just in the cricket team have gone through with COVID and everything, but obviously with results and stuff like that, that is going to have a knock-on effect. But it's about, my role is, and my job is to get that out of everybody who's gone through that as quickly as possible, and just make sure that we're focusing on what's ahead of us. Because a great saying that I live by, especially with cricket, is you're only as good as your next game. And that works very well with good performances and with bad performances as well.
When you were considering whether to take the role and what impact it might have, how do you weigh up the danger that it might affect your game, potentially in a positive way, but also in a negative way, and that you're taking on a lot more, and a man who already carries the team a lot?
That's a media thing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, the people who write all that stuff are obviously taking that from other people who have done the role, who've been in the all-rounder. I've had to live with the tag of Andrew Flintoff and Sir Ian Botham since I was 18, but I've always maintained that I'm never trying to be Andrew Flintoff or Sir Ian Botham. I'm Ben Stokes.
And that is also, the workload will increase as well in terms of your body, and that's maybe something else that's also a media thing we've talked about a lot. But how will you bear that in mind, how you manage your body going forward?
The workload is not going to increase, because I'll still be playing the same amount of cricket. But in terms of, for me, what's at the top of my priority list is the Test team and Test cricket going forward. I'm sure there will be conversations to have with the likes of Rob and Owen, who's obviously captain of the white ball team, to see where there is some potential time to have some time off to get ready, because I know I've got a huge role here in getting this Test team back to winning ways, and I'll be putting all of my efforts and energy into doing that. So we have obviously got to be very careful about how much I do, but in terms of the workload going up, it's not going to change, because I'll still be playing cricket for England regardless.
And would you carry on with the IPL, or would you ever consider not playing the IPL to manage your workload?
Well, as I've just said, Test cricket is my #1 priority.